Hello my friends, you're listening to Ebird Online, and I'm back with another review. Now I've got to say, when I first looked at this couple, I really did think, yeah, they do have quite a strong chemistry. But just this last week I have noticed some very stark differences in their character, which I think might well spell trouble for the future. But if Rico Suave likes it, I love it. Yes, that's right, I'm talking about everybody's least favourite witch, Ashley, and partner Miguel. So yes, I'm going to review all of the action for the past couple of weeks, and I'm going to give my breakdown and my speculations on where I think this relationship's headed. But just before I do, I want to say a massive thank you to everyone who's subscribed to my channel so far, but if you've yet to do so, please consider pressing that big red button and making Ebird a very happy Ebird. Also, please don't forget to press the notification bell so you don't miss any of my uploads. Oh, and I nearly forgot, please don't forget to share this video on your socials if you know anyone who would like my acerbic wit. Thanks guys. Right, so without further ado, I give you Ashley and Manuel. Now guys, my heart absolutely sinks every time I see Ashley on my screen, and today is no different. As per usual, she's wearing clothes several sizes too small for her, and she's busy walking Rico Suave with Miguel. Now guys, I think one of the main reasons that Ashley has annoyed me thus far is because she hyperventilates and makes a massive big deal over absolutely everything. Things which are infinitesimal, so small, barely discernible, but oh, it's a massive problem for Ashley. It's a massive problem. Ebird, examples. Yes, don't mind if I do. I've got a shit ton of them. So Rico Suave is out for a walk with the couple, and it would seem that Rico is rather partial to Miguel. And I'm just thinking, but wait, what? Just a couple of weeks ago, when Miguel said that Rico Suave couldn't sleep on the bed, Ashley virtually started hyperventilating. She started crying and saying, Rico was there before you were here, and Rico will be there when you've gone. But by the looks of things here, Ashley, Rico won't be there when you've gone, because I think if Rico's got even a modicum of freaking sense, he'll follow Miguel wherever he fucks off to. He's not staying by you. Anyway, she was absolutely insisting that Rico Suave would be allowed to sleep on the bed as he's always done. And guys, between you and me, she didn't care a damn for his doggy mental health. She was hell-bent on subjecting poor little Rico Suave to her and Miguel's sexual exploits. And yes, that's right, they are a pair of sexual deviants.
Even though we get frustrated with each other, we still love each other, and we express our love through sex. So yeah, we banged it out. We always bang it out. His freak number is off the charts.
Yep, like I said, a couple of deviants. But that's not the main point. The main point is, when production were asking Ashley how Rico Suave was with everything, she said, oh, Rico has accepted now Miguel's the man of the house, and Rico's made his own little bed underneath our bed, and that's where he sleeps. He's happy enough. So all of your hyperventilating, all of your caterwauling, all of the noise that you gave Miguel on his first night in the country about Rico Suave was all for nothing, as is most of your noise. And yeah, it just puts me in mind of the time she was hyperventilating in the car, when she was on her way to meet Miguel, and she said, oh my god, I'm having a panic attack. I haven't spoken to him for like 8 hours. Anything could have happened. Well, no, not really, not anything. Because you know good and well that he boarded the plane in Ecuador, so he would have at least arrived in Miami. And this is textbook Ashley. She always wants a reason to make a noise. And guys, I have every reason to believe this is going to become a recurring theme. Anyway, the next time we see them, they decide to go to the grocery store.
So today I am taking Manuel to the local grocery store in Rochester. My refrigerator was empty, and in my defense, it was empty because I was waiting for him to get here.
Wow, Ashley really is the hostess with the mostess. And so this is going to be Manuel's first visit in America. And he thinks that things are significantly different. He looks at all the vegetables and all the choice, and he said there's carrots here and there's carrots there. Guys, it blew his mind. Some were pre-prepared and some were for you to prepare. He said, oh my god, Americans are so lazy. But guys, I do have to admit, I do find it really weird. The sheer amount of choice there is in America. You'll have the same product again and again and again, and I can see no difference. I'm guessing there must be one, but yeah, I do find it quite strange. And as they walk round the store, Miguel notices the vegan products and the vegetarian products. And Ashley explains to him no carne, no meat. And Miguel tells production, it's so strange. There's milk with no real milk in it. There are sausages with no meat in them. I've never heard of such a thing. and he had quite a puzzled look on his face. And I could low-key hear him thinking, I haven't fought my way to the top of the food chain to be a freaking vegan. Anyway, in the car on the way home, Ashley lets Miguel know that this evening they're going to meet with her mum and some other members of her family. He said, oh cool, but he really didn't look as if he meant it. In fact, he may as well have said, oh fuck.
¿Con tu mami? Cool, chévere.
Sí, muy, muy, muy chévere.
Yeah, guys, I've got to say, it doesn't really look like a cool face to me, does it you? But it has to be said, he's right to be worried. And so later on that very evening is the day of the big meeting. Manuel's going to meet Ashley's mum for the very first time. And so Ashley dressed Manuel. She bought him some new shirts and she told him he was unable to wear his backwards cap. And off the couple go, into the lion's den to meet Ashley's mum. And so they arrive at the restaurant and there are great big hugs and Ashley's mum gives Manuel a very warm welcome. And they all sit down to have a chat. And so Ashley's mum was using a Google Translator and she said, I've been looking forward to meeting you for a very long time. Now we plan a wedding and babies. And guys, Manuel seems none too keen. He laughs it off and he says, yeah, there's plenty of time for that. And Ashley's mum says, no, she's getting old. We need to sort this now. And Ashley explains that she wants grandchildren really, really badly. Step-grandchildren, anyone? There's a couple in Ecuador going spare. And then her mum asked, what did your mum say when you were leaving? And the couple have to explain that he hasn't even told his mum that he's actually in the USA. But when Ashley's mum discovers that he actually lied and said he was going to work somewhere else in Ecuador, well, she can't contain herself and she says this to production.
My kids would never leave me without telling me goodbye. You didn't say goodbye, and you lied. It wasn't like you said, I may be going to America, I don't know, or I'm going to pick up a visa, I'll let you know the status of it. It was like you told your mom that you were going, to another town to work, which was false.
Wow, guys, now I know where Ashley gets it from. But anyway, Ashley's mum asked Miguel how he felt about lying, and he said, well, it's just to protect her. And he was pretty nonplussed about it all. But Ashley told her mum, we worked really hard to be together, and I'm so glad this has happened, and Manuel agreed. Ashley's mum fixed him with a very inquisitive stare, and she said this is just round one. I'll be asking many, many more questions. Oh really? And no doubt Manuel will be shrugging many, many more shoulders. And so the following day the couple are in the car, and they're discussing the issue du jour, and that is of course the fact that Manuel still hasn't told his mum he's in America. Manuel's mum still thinks that he's on a mining project in Ecuador and she has no idea that she'll likely never see him again as long as she lives. But Manuel still wants to put it off. He said if my mum knows I'm here, she'll be really worried. And then Ashley said, but I want to talk to her. I want to let her know that if you're here with me, you'll be safe. Ashley, you've only just finished telling us that you didn't have any food in the house when Miguel arrived and you were waiting for him to come so you could go shopping. So the man arrived and before they could eat anything, they had to go to the supermarket. Some host you are. Honestly guys, if I moved countries and when I got to my destination, the person that I was going to move in with didn't have any food, I'd take it as one of two signs. Either one, they didn't really want me there, or two, they're mentally ill. I think it's very strange behaviour, and it's not the behaviour of someone that I would entrust my eldest born son with. Sorry, but it just isn't. Anyway, when they arrived home, Ashley finally convinced Miguel to call his mum, and the pair sat down in front of the computer to speak to her. And I've got to say, I don't know why Ashley had to be there, not straight away. But anyway, Miguel started the conversation by saying, forgive me, I'm sorry for what I did. And guys, his mum was stony-faced. She was not happy at all. I thought it was just the presence of Ashley, but she seemed just as unhappy after Ashley left. And so after a perfunctory chat, his mum signed off by saying, I know I'll see my son again one day. And maybe she will, maybe she won't, who knows. But guys, what also came out, which I didn't know, or I think I didn't know, I can't remember what I know and what I don't these days. What also came out was the fact that Miguel has 2 kids, and they don't know he's here either. In fact, nobody knows he's here. I've got to say, he's a man of many, many secrets. Anyway, at the end of the section, Manuel tells us that he was head of household, and that he gives money to all the people in his family, and his kids depend on him. And so I think that's shorthand for I'm going to be hitting Ashley up to give some money to my family because they can't support themselves without me, which is more than likely true. Anyway, the next time we meet this couple, they're having yet another pointless, well, I don't even want to call it an argument. Quarrel. Yeah, we'll call it a quarrel. And the story goes a little something like this. Miguel's as bored as all hell in America because 1, he doesn't really know anyone around where he is. 2, he doesn't have any money. And 3, he doesn't speak any English. Consequently, he needs access to the internet. He can't seem to get the internet on his Ecuadorian phone, and so Ashley offered to get him a new phone. However, upon ordering the phone, Ashley turned into somewhat of a cheapskate, and she decided to do the 2-day express shipping. Ashley, get the F out of here. If something's going to take 48 hours, it's not express. It's not. You live in New York. You know when you live somewhere like New York or London, everything is the same day, or at the very worst, the day after. If you cannot get a phone that same day from your company, you can walk into a phone shop and you can just get a phone from there. But Ashley's decided to opt for the 48-hour snail mail option. And, well, it's caused a little bit of consternation, to say the very least.
Let's get an estimate of how much it's going to be to get him a new phone. We're like, it's not even going to be this much. We'll do like a free 2-day express shipping. We're waiving the activation fee. Let's do it. Order the phone. I tell him, and he goes, that's not early enough. I need internet. And I was like, okay, so what? Do you want me to cancel it? Yeah. And then just walks away.
You ungrateful little brat, Miguel. But I've got to admit, guys, I'd be manifestly unhappy if somebody got me a phone, but they told me it's going to be 48 hours. But I am prepared to concede that I am probably more wedded to my phone than the average other person, so I don't know. Maybe I'm being unreasonable. Guys, let me know what you think down below. I'd love to know what you think about this. But she's offered him to use her phone or use her internet every time he wants to use the internet. But what I think she doesn't understand is he just wants to use it for sustained periods of time because he has nothing else to do and nothing else to read. He more than likely wants to have private phone conversations, which it would seem he can't really do with Ashley hanging about the place. But yeah, 2 days to me as well is pretty much a joke. And Ashley said the following.
I deserve an apology.
Well, Ashley, I don't think you do. Neither does Miguel. We're both of one mind. No, guys, I'm just joking. It is kind of ungrateful of Miguel. But as he pointed out, I'm not screaming and shouting. You're making this into an argument, into a thing. Oh, Miguel, come on now. It's what she does. But like I say, 2 días demasiado. But guys, then Manuel said, why don't we try and put a SIM card into my old phone? And Ashley said, it's not going to work. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. I don't think it is. If you've got an iPhone, it will work worldwide. And if nothing else, if you have Wi-Fi, the bloody internet will work. You can use voice over IP calls. But then we finally get to the nitty-gritty of why there's a problem. And apparently, according to Manuel, she's giving it the large about her giving him a phone. And he doesn't want any of it. And guys, that figures. He's used to earning his own money and looking after his family, and now he's on the back foot. He doesn't want to have his face rubbed in it. But guys, when he was talking to production later, he said all I wanted was an internet before 2 days. But Ashley exploded. It's in her genes. Guys, what does he mean by that? It's in her genes. I mean, I think that she is quite a fiery character, but I don't know. What do you think he meant by that? Please let me know in comments down below. Anyway, Ashley goes for a walk in the park with her sister, and she and her sister sit down, and Ashley lets her know she has some concerns. Really? What are your concerns, Ashley? Guys, she tells us that Miguel's New York family, apparently has people here, unsurprising, are blowing up her phone. They can't get hold of Miguel, and so they're ringing her to get hold of him. And guess what, guys? They've rang 10 times. And Ashley tells her sister, this is so weird, it's too much. 10 times. Ashley, if you answered your freaking phone, they wouldn't have called 10 times. They would have called once. Ring, ring. Hi, it's Ashley. Can I speak to Miguel, please? Yeah, of course. Here he is. It's that simple. By you not answering makes them get extremely worried, and that's why they're calling you over and over. Anyway, her sister concludes she finds it weird as well, and she hopes he's not planning something with his family. And it starts Ashley on the whole train of, is he using me just to get to America? Is he going to dip out and go to his family as soon as he gets his green card? Well, I guess, Ashley, we'll just see, won't we? And that's where we leave things for this week. So what does the Ebird make to all of this? Well, guys, I've got to say it, I have got a feeling that Manuel's going to dip out on Ashley when he gets his green card. It's all a bit too sus for me. The first thing is this. They hadn't spoken for years and years, and as soon as Ashley was single, Manuel popped up on her social media. I think he was stalking her, looking for the opportunity. Once he found it, within a week she went over to see him, and as soon as she got off the plane, he again asked for her hand in marriage, and she accepted. Well, if you haven't seen each other for 7 years, don't you think you'd wait, I don't know, maybe a month or so to see if she's still the same person? Not so with Manuel. He knew she was the one for him. The second bit of evidence that I have is the fact that he's kept all his cousins and so on kind of away from Ashley, and she didn't really know they existed or how many of them there were. Slightly shady. And then finally there's the fact that they don't seem to have spoken about his 2 children. Does he plan to bring them to America? Does he plan to leave them there and just go and visit them? This kind of major detail missing makes me believe that he's got an ulterior motive that he hasn't really fleshed out with Ashley. But I don't know, we'll see. I guess there's one thing. Ashley's fiery personality means that whenever he wants to dip out, he's always going to have an excellent example of Ashley's bad behaviour, within the last 5 minutes. He's always going to have a brilliant reason as to why he wants to leave her, because she's always running off her mouth and doing crazy-ish. To me, he seems quite chilled out, and she seems quite highly strung and quite, I don't know, aggy. But that's just my take on things, guys. I would love to know what you think. Please put your comments down below. Do you think Manuel is in this for the right reasons? Do you think this couple can possibly make this relationship work? I'm not really sure, but a lot of it seems to be based around the physical and not around the other aspects of their relationship. And finally, what do you make of PhoneGate? Who was in the right, who was in the wrong? I know most of you will probably think that Ashley was doing her level best with her 48-hour express delivery. But I don't. I think it's a joke, and I think 48 hours is far too long to wait. So guys, put your comments down below, and I'll get on with my next video. My next video is going to be Rob and Sophie, why Rob cheated. Please don't forget to like and subscribe and all of that good stuff. And I'll see you very soon. You've been listening to Ebird Online, and I bid you good day.
Baby,